from the Pleasure Palace. It's the Vicious and Delicious podcast. Starring myself, Black Snow, and of course I got my podcast partner in crime, the unstoppable Mr. Big Rob. How the fuck, Big Rob?
Hey, yo, it's Saturday, man. It's your man, Big Rob, a.k.a. the Excessive Overlord.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a. Racist Board Eagles.
Yes, sir.
The Sneaker Goat.
Yes, sir.
The Elon Musk of EBT code.
EBT.
The Pied Piper of PPP loan.
PPP
The
loan.
younger version of this dude.
Younger version.
And last but not least, Reverend Jackson, because I preach something for that paper like I'm Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar.
Welcome back, episode 11.
Hey, man, welcome to the show, man. You see we got a special guest here. We got Coach Mitch.
Ain't that damn special.
Well, so right. You talking about you talking about the Pied Piper PPE loans? You know they calling them motherfuckers back now. So when you get a knock on your door,
why you got your high?
you done already made it hot. You can't borrow 7 of them. Think you gonna keep getting more? Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Allegedly.
Don't get mad.
Sprinkle that on there.
Allegedly.
Yes, bring that on.
Don't get mad.
So yeah, welcome to the show, man. Episode 11, man. We back in this thing, man. I want to thank y'all after the good old St. Patrick's Day. Hope you guys aren't too hungover and you got your
What's up, Theo?
Your functions back. You know what I'm saying? You're not drinking your Pedialyte or whatever.
You still hungover today? That was Thursday. It's Saturdays.
Yeah.
And we might need some help.
You're dehydrated.
Super dehydrated.
You might need some help.
You're doing too much.
Way too much.
H2O in this cup.
Right. But yeah, welcome back to the show, man. Let's go ahead and do a catch up, get everybody, caught up with our weeks with. So, Big Rob, let everybody know how your week. You just had a birthday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Get the folks caught up on that.
It was the 35th anniversary of my birth.
35.
Happy birthday to me, and I can't be remiss without saying happy birthday to somebody else. With my little brother.
The birthday brother.
Yeah. We're not twins, but we do share a mother.
Yeah,
we share a birthday.
Yeah, we share a birthday.
So what is so people know, what is the age difference between you two?
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
No slaves though. No slaves.
So basically for your
shout out to
birthday,
Peter.
instead of getting a gift for your birthday, you got a little brother.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, right?
And it's Robert, so yeah.
It was like, wow.
That had to be fun.
Yeah. If I'd known that then, I'm like, ooh.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Big Rob, what you end up doing for your birthday, man?
Well, this is a Thursday. You couldn't just go that far.
You didn't do too much.
Right. I'm not an Irish white guy, so I'm gonna celebrate the St. Patrick's Day part of the day.
Right.
So went out, got all fancy at the restaurant, got free food, free dessert.
Oh, where'd you go? Well, what kind of restaurant did you go?
I went Italian because there's no Irish restaurants, right?
No.
Henry Hudson's don't count.
Yeah, they even serve Irish food.
Right.
So,
Which is what, potatoes?
potatoes.
Potatoes and like sausage. Yeah. Hit up the Italian spot, got the wine, got the...
Okay.
You got some wine?
Yeah, they got a wine bar there, so...
It's a little wine,
romantical. Got the free dessert, got the dude sprinkling cheese on it.
Oh, really?
It was like a real Italian restaurant. It was
pretty good?
Man. I feel
not too bad, huh?
Nah.
Pretty fancy.
Cool.
Coach, what you gonna do for your birthday?
Man, not too. I went when me and my wife had lunch.
Traditional birthday snapback.
Yeah, we tested each other.
Okay.
I wished him happy birthday, and we corresponded like that, and then me and my wife had lunch, and then later on we caught a movie.
Okay.
Ain't too, man.
What are you gonna see?
The movie Dog, that Channing Tatum movie.
Yeah, I know. Was that pretty good?
Man, you know what? It's not bad.
So he got like a
Well,
He's like a stripper with a dog, right?
No, this ain't Magic Mike.
Right?
This ain't Magic Mike meets Lassie. It's not that.
He was like shell shock. He got like a service dog, right?
Yeah, he had a service dog.
I just
what he was doing was he was taking the service dog to the funeral of his former handler or trainer or whatever, and they filmed that adventure going from I think Oregon all the way to Arizona and their mishaps and whatever, and then he gets him to the funeral, and then he's supposed to return him. Then after he takes him to the funeral at the request of the family, and he delivers him to the base, military base, and they're supposed to. So supposedly, I guess when service dogs, I guess when they're done, I guess they put them to sleep or something like that.
They don't just retire?
So
I thought.
Moral of the story is the dog died.
No.
Well, I guess he didn't have anybody want to take him.
Right. I guess so. So they were. You thinking they was taking retirement? Supposedly, they were taking him. I guess they was gonna put him to sleep or put him down. So he takes him, and then, as you know,
it becomes his dog.
It becomes his dog, and then he had kept a journal of everything. The previous handler kept a journal, and then he took over that journal, and basically I guess he was suffering from PTSD,
yeah.
and supposedly, I guess the dog, dog had their trauma, and they helped each other out, because supposedly, those dogs, I mean, if you equate it to real life, those dogs are brought up and trained to
go to war.
Or
they being like those
and he had, I guess,
dog.
can I say like he destigmatized the dog or something? Is that the right term to say? Desensitized the dog, excuse me. And they end up becoming best friends.
Oh, okay, so good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't, like I said, it was meant to be a buddy comedy movie, dog and person, but it was a good movie.
You know, I'm getting Channing Tatum's like almost 45 or something like that.
He's that old?
Yeah, he's pretty old. He looks young, but he's old. I mean, what was he? Coach Carter was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. That was late 90s, wasn't it?
2005.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an old guy. I got a younger woman though. But anyway.
There's a joke in there, but I'm not going to play.
But then he got another movie coming out next week.
And that one, and he's a stripper in that one too. Right?
Like a cover.
No, it's a movie where he's like Fabio.
Yes.
And Sandra Bullock.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see the posters.
Yeah. So.
And Sandra Bullock kind of don't age either. She still looks kind of the same. She's like forever like 30.
Yeah, but she's
like in her 40s, 45.
Yeah, like mid 50s.
She's probably just a little bit older than Channing Tatum.
Probably so. And that movie looks pretty good, so I might go check that out. So
she's doing a lot of Netflix movies.
I also like the fact that our spoiler thing only extends to comic book movies.
Yeah, no, really
what?
He just told about the whole movie.
I mean,
it's whatever. We just like we're like no spoilers if you never read The Long Halloween.
Dog will go watch a dog movie regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go watch it. People go watch it. You be thoroughly entertained, especially if you're a dog lover. So
wait a minute, hold on. Is Channing Tatum shirtless for the movie?
All you pay attention to that?
He
there you go, Channing Tatum fan. There you go. You got that too.
He I think he's shirtless a couple times, but overall, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I'll bring ladies and everybody else.
Yeah. So, but basically, I didn't do too much. Watch a little NCAA basketball.
Oh yeah.
And then enjoy the rest of it with the family.
What's up? Well, my week, I should say. I really didn't do anything. Mostly, I actually really busy with work. I guess everybody's getting slammed this time of year.
Well, I was on spring break, so
right. Yeah, but I didn't worry about kids or anything. They were all sitting at home. We tried to do a little bit of something after work with, well, at least with my older son, since he was here. My girls with their mom this week. But besides that, my shoot, usually in my old days, St. Patrick's Day is the day I go out.
Yeah.
But I've actually been kind of doing the sober thing for a while, so I think I'm like 18 days without touching alcohol. You don't got to
It's all right.
I think actually I went to sleep. Yeah, half of that was just being worked so hard, but I just went to sleep and then woke up and I was like, you go to sleep, take a nap, probably like 6 o'clock, and you wake up, it's like
8:39,
8, 9 o'clock, and you look like, I'm just going to go back to sleep.
Yeah, because you got to get back up in the morning.
Yeah, and I had another busy day that Friday, so. But I did end up going out yesterday, which was cool, played some dominoes with friends, stuff like that, hung out. Actually went to the arcade, one of the retro arcade bars. I went to Up Down. I didn't go to
they went out.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like Midtown.
Oh, Midtown.
Okay, so it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Like around taco spot I was telling you about.
Maybe is that what you're talking about? I didn't see that. So if it feels like Midtown,
yeah, they should be like probably near.
Yeah, they got a cool little spot, man. It's a lot of places. Tapper, 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 old school Tapper too.
Okay.
Some Donkey Kong. They had a bunch of other older games. Most of pretty older, but it's
Any stand-up arcade games or any like fighting games?
They had Darkstalkers there. That was cool.
Okay.
They had Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition or Championship Edition.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of people around there. It's a real cool spot.
Rematch.
I do like I think $5 is like 30, 40 tokens. So, I mean,
Okay.
they don't hit you over the head. Then they got drinks and stuff if
Yeah.
you want that. And then they like pizza. Like they do like the $2 slices, like 8 to like 5 to 8. And I think that's like $4.
Okay.
It's pretty big slice of pizza.
That ain't too bad.
But yeah, they got a good thing up there. And then after that, like I went to the karaoke spot, which was kind of dead at first, and then some people showed up, and then we ended up playing like dominoes like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
But no, I had a good time.
Well,
That's what happens when you play dominoes.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Triples Bar. But yeah, besides that, man, my week's been pretty cool. You know, like I said, been busy, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and jump into some current hot topics, man. We got to jump onto what really jumps off the page automatically is the whole situation with Russia and Brittany Griner. What do you guys think about what's going on with that? Because there was a issue where I believe United States officials said, "Hey, we need to see her.
Right,
We need to know if she's okay because we haven't heard anything from her since we found out her being detained. We need to make sure she's all right for her family's sake." Because like since the arrest, you don't see. I think I saw one mugshot of her.
Yeah, I didn't
it
see
looked like
that.
they did it in the airport.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
But besides
I
that,
haven't
just
seen
kind
that.
of like little to no information on how her, her well-being as far as how her treatment is going.
Which, if I'm not, like, I'm no geopolitical expert, but isn't it like a violation of the Geneva Convention?
I believe so. You can. I mean, you can.
Because, like, especially if somebody needs to be extradited.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, but with what's going on presently, it's
A bad situation.
it's a bad situation.
She been used a pawn.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go that far and say
I mean,
it.
might as well.
I mean-
It's honestly true, though.
Yeah.
I mean, any other time this would have happened, she'd been like a
Well, I mean, she was detained because she had hashish oil, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
like,
fake thing.
She had a vape
THC
pen.
oil pen
Okay.
or whatever. Yeah.
You know, and you don't know what's the status. Is that legally?
No, it's not legal in Russia.
It's not legal
in Russia.
Not at all.
It's not legal in Russia. So, because, like I said, with everything that's happening,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
escalates.
Exactly.
So,
Like in a normal situation, like this
Yeah.
wasn't happening. She'd probably be 72 hours over there.
maybe.
Probably get
Who
extradited.
knows?
Well, I mean, it would be better situation, but it's wartime for them right
Right,
now.
it
And
is.
then, and
You're
well,
probably closer with that.
it's more about kind of looking more into it. She can actually be used as a tool,
Right.
since she is a famous athlete in America. I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, Russia could try to use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
But I was pretty thrown off by the fact that she was there, and it's like there's little to no really coverage from the news outlets about this. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
one of the best WNBA players out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she plays pro ball in Russia, right?
Yeah,
playing
I mean,
around.
but she wasn't just there. Yeah, because she wasn't just there for for fun. Like she goes down there to play. So I guess she plays for. Does she play for the Russian team, or does she
Well, they have a league over there, so.
Okay, she
So
in
she's a regular- I mean,
WNBA off season she plays
Yeah, for
there,
both.
so she has to have
She has
some
like a
type
visa,
of
yeah, like
yeah,
work
to have
visa
some
there.
work visa, something that gets because if she's going back and forth,
Yeah.
I mean, she's not like she's going back and forth to visit family or something.
Right.
So she's going back and forth. So, I mean,
Hopefully they can give her a little bit of leeway because she's
because I saw
part of the
something.
team, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like we were discussing earlier, I saw something earlier. I think it was yesterday or the day before on the ESPN crawl. Is
Like, supposed to get
that
out by
she's
May.
supposed to be detained till like May 19th or something like that. I could be wrong.
Well, it's good she got a date. It says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I mean,
Yeah, that's May 19th.
is you saw it? It says so. Is it she's detained until May 19th, or is that something that's
That's
okay?
right.
We're gonna look at it again in May 19th.
The language is a little ambiguous. So you
Yeah.
know, say like she will be released May 19th, or she'll face a court date May
Or
19th.
something, yeah.
And it said until May 19th.
Or I mean, because like I said, if she's been going back and forth, how long has she been a member of that Russian league?
Who knows? I mean,
So if she's been there going back and
This
forth, I mean, put it like this. So if she's been going back and forth, maybe it'll probably be like, okay, we let you go, but you don't come back.
I wouldn't want to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what she-
I would think she had to be under contract, so it'd be a weird thing.
Yeah,
But
but
but that could be like a violation for
That could be a violation of work visa too. So
Yeah, and then her probably something for being on the team. I'm pretty sure there's like a drug clause or something.
yeah. Unless the team in another league want to try to buy our contract.
Yeah, and it also shed a lot of light on like how much these WNBA players
not
get
get
paid,
paid,
and, like you know.
Well, that's why you see a lot of them go overseas.
You know,
Exactly.
benefits,
They end up playing year round.
Mhm.
I heard someone had to pay their own medical bills and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like imagine Kevin Durant having to play basketball year round.
Yeah,
Boy.
just to make ends
Just to
meet,
make
just
it
means
easy.
me.
or just live, you know,
Mhm.
maintain the lifestyle. I mean, I think it's a big problem. Hopefully, she will be extradited to at least to a allied country,
Right.
Well,
and Russia won't, because of the tension we have.
I heard
against
like,
her.
her life of women basketball players is nice in Spain. So.
I heard that too. I heard Spain was really good.
yeah. Well, I mean, what more?
In Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't try to use it for too. I mean, you say with Russia, I mean, because Russia has its own problems now. Because like I said, was it last week or week before last? You bomb a
Neighboring country.
no, not just the country. When they
Tampa would.
the hospital
Oh,
where,
the
they
hospital, yeah.
where they was pulling them, because I did see them hauling on a stretcher a pregnant woman
Yeah.
on a stretcher from that house. So
Even for war, that's
yeah, even for war, that's
too much.
supposedly. Well, I mean, not just too much. Supposedly, that goes against everything that's
yes.
war. I mean, I understand war is
That's
war.
a war crime.
Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
war is war. You know.
So blowing up schools, hospitals.
Yeah, that's supposedly not. You ain't
That's
supposed to do that.
That's against the Geneva.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, war is war. Bad things happen, but when
The point is to avoid collateral.
Try to say they need
Exactly.
moving up on war crimes.
yeah, women and children and things like that.
There ain't no
So
rules in war.
no, there's no rules in war, but
You would think,
you would think. I mean, soldiers. I mean, even the soldiers. Their first thing is they're not targeting women and children.
but
Right.
you're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to. So, but I don't know. It'd be good when she gets back home. You
Yeah,
know,
hopefully
get
she
out of
does.
that because I mean, this is probably a mess over there. So,
Yeah. Not to make light because we're gonna move on.
of course.
Of course, we got NCAA tournament going on. You guys, what's your favorites? This will be part of the conversation. I'll be more quiet.
Did you do a bracket?
No,
No, you never did.
I'm not a NCAA basketball guy.
Shoot,
I watch it. I mean, I probably watch the
Well,
16 down
Yeah,
to the
when it gets to
Final
the
Four.
well, I always watch tournament, but I ain't did a bracket in like. I think I tell him I ain't
The
did
George
a bracket
Mason thing
since
broke
the
you.
George, since
Yeah.
the George when George Mason made their run to the Final Four. Was that 06?
06, yeah.
I ain't touched the bracket since.
Ain't no way to get it right.
I mean, no, you can't.
No such thing as a
because-
perfect bracket.
There never will be.
No, well, but then that year, the guys who picked that got like $2 million
Something like that.
because they picked it all the way to George Mason getting to the Final Four.
And, I mean, that's half the thing. Half the reason people do it is the betting side.
It's the betting side, and then
I mean, nobody in my office is really big on that. I mean, I would think it's like if my office or anybody in there had like a pool, I'd probably jump in just for the fact. That would actually probably makes it fun to watch. Makes you kind of want to watch all them games. With a little bit of money on, a little bit of scratch on the line.
I mean, but
it changes your
like
mind.
we talked about it earlier on the way over here. The appealing part is when you get a little school from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Shout out to St. Peter's, by the way.
Yes, upsetting a blue blood.
Yeah.
The bluest of the blue bloods.
One of the elites.
Yes, the bluest, like I call them. They're one of the bluest of the blue bloods. When they knocked out Kentucky, that's the allure of it. But then on the flip side of it, you guys, as the tournament progresses, then you gonna want those like, right,
Cinderella got to go home.
Cinderella got to go home, or like not just that, like that section of the fan base that wanted to see Kentucky.
Right. Yeah.
And so you lose that not just the Kentucky
The viewership
faithful,
level, yeah.
but that viewership who like, man, I got Kentucky going, and they probably ain't even, have no affiliation to Kentucky, if that makes sense.
To be fair, I had an Elite Eight. So.
There you go, but your bracket's no good. That whatever that bracket you had them in the Elite Eight, that bracket's no good now.
Well,
I mean, you had them going to the Elite Eight. I know you.
I didn't have to pick them. I didn't have to pick them in national. Long as the national champion still in, still good.
Okay.
And today, my pick for national champion still in. So
Oh, there you go. Who's your pick?
as always, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina.
Yeah, once again.
I'll be there in a couple of days.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, you headed out that way?
Yeah, my grandma's having her 90th birthday.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, so,
We're in North Carolina.
Apex.
Where's that?
It's a little close. It's kind of like maybe 30 miles from Raleigh.
Okay.
So
Little
part of
small,
Tobacco Road.
little small.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Tobacco Road.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
So Port Carolina, Carolina.
Y'all fly drive.
We're gonna fly down there, man.
Okay.
It's like shit. It's like what 12 hours to drive.
Yeah, that's not that's
It
not
takes
Too
on.
bad.
Well, this is
From here from here to there.
North Carolina, it's like it's like something like that. It might be even more.
Probably
It's a whole day, man.
probably about 14 hours.
Probably about
Yeah.
14.
And
Because I know it's 12 plus
So we're in Chicago.
from here to Chicago.
that was before the gas prices were there. I'm
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not a long time. I'm not a long haul driver like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame
It's
you.
okay for some people now. I can't do
I mean,
it. And we're gonna be there for like
Happy early birthday,
No,
Black from Grandma, of course.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Grandma Lynn. Shout out.
Also, happy early birthday to my sister-in-law, my brother's wife.
Oh yeah, y'all got close. Your brother's that close?
what?
Your sister-
Oh yeah,
wife,
yeah.
right?
Hers would be Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, shout out to Kim.
How did I remember before you
All
did?
right, you missed Mitchell.
You're in that truck. Well, enjoy that truck you about to get.
Yeah,
I'm playing, I'm playing.
Nah, be Tuesday, the 22nd.
That's
Okay,
good. All
27.
right, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I think the big thing with NAACP.
In the NCAA.
NCAA
basketball.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking
Boy.
Black Pop. But
All this black probably you see all the guys. Look at the color of the guys up there on that court.
I know some people don't grow man that the Sooners went in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, if they would have, I think if they would
They
have
didn't play
won,
that, they didn't play that well. Though.
they didn't. But
They had a better second half.
yeah, if they would
They
have
won
won,
to a tournament.
It was decent. I
if
guess.
they would have won, if they would have beat Tech in the tournament, I think they would
Yeah,
have
got it.
technically,
They
see,
They would have got in. They would have got that call. But
I already know OSU's in trouble, so we can't do it.
yeah,
Have y'all been watching the NBA lately?
Well, I have because it's basketball, but
Yeah.
saw Steph Curry got hurt.
yeah.
Even though I'm
Foot
not the
sprain.
biggest fan, I'm actually happy that Russell Westbrook was able to set some people up last night.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, he had his first triple double in like 31 games.
Yeah, which is for him.
They won too, right?
Yeah,
they won.
which for him was like breathing. So.
It was like,
Oh man, they had the hell out of Westbrook down there in LA.
Yeah,
They give them.
yeah.
I mean, because they're not winning.
Yeah.
They're not winning. I mean,
He's getting treated like a scapegoat.
boy, and it's not his fault.
He gave me on. Yeah.
I know that.
It's
Well, I mean, he's like the leader in turnovers.
Yeah, but at the same time, like we said this last summer, the issue that's going to be is he's ball dominant. He shall not be named as extremely ball dominant. How they going to work?
And but the thing with Westbrook, he just plays so hard.
Exactly.
And just like, and when you see,
Still hustling.
he's always he goes.
You loved it when
max.
he wore Thunder Blue.
When he goes max effort, and then
Just-
in
don't
some
know
games
what
like,
it is.
how the hell he missed that layup, or why did he take that shot? But he plays so hard.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think it was a good fit him going there.
Called it.
I don't think. I mean,
He wanted to be
it
home.
could have been
Yeah.
a good fit, but I mean, the only way it'd have been a good fit if they'd have brought Russell off the bench.
Which for a guy his stature shit.
Yeah.
Probably it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Not with a guy like that.
And not comparing him, it's like you remember this. It's like late career Allen Iverson. They wanted him to come off the bench. It's like
Yeah, and
he can't come off.
wasn't doing
Allen
that.
Iverson can't come off the bench. Yeah.
I mean, I think.
If he was on a better team, he might have. Maybe.
Yeah, but I think with the person that they had last year, I think when they flamed out, when they flamed out against the Suns, they hit panic mode. They said, "Well, we got to blow this up,"
Yeah.
and they got rid of. I mean, they got get rid of some good young talent. I mean, and then because you went from kind of young team to one of the older teams in the NBA.
You went to what would have been the All NBA team in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what LeBron is 36, 37?
37.
Yeah.
Carmelo
It's
is
37.
and Russ is 32,
4.
34.
Him and Katie
Okay.
the same age.
And then
Not too, not
and
too
then you
much
brought in Dwight Howard.
Who's older too?
He's older.
He's 36.
30, he's 36. I thought it was at least about 35. Okay, but you brought in all these guys.
AD is young, but his body's probably starting to age.
He doesn't wear and tear.
Yeah, and then the thing is,
You're only young talent like Malik Monk and like THT.
Mhm.
They're like not.
They can't run them young guys.
no, and then you know what? Carmelo has accepted his role. He
Shout-
accepted his role.
Yeah.
Shout to Melo.
He accepted his role last year when he was in
Portland.
Portland.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get what you can get out of him, but it's just, these other guys are not playing up to what you think they should be, and so I don't know. I mean, I would be surprised if they bring back that same roster come back next year.
They really can't.
Nah, I don't.
There's too much money and too much expectation
Well,
for them to do that.
Russ is the highest paid. Is Russ, then LeBron, then AD are. I know Russ is the highest paid on that roster.
Yeah, he opted in. So.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to do something with that. So
I mean, he probably opted in to get moved.
We'll see. I mean,
Back to all the heck with it.
Yeah, like threatening his family and shit like that.
yeah,
That's just stupid. Come on.
because it's LA.
Yeah,
That's all.
Like one of my friends is a Laker fan. I said, you know what?
That's too hard.
Laker fans don't deserve this bad of a team. The Lakers as an organization don't deserve this bad of a team. Jeannie Buss deserves this bad of a team.
Because she put it together.
She put it together. Not even that. She and Rob Pelinka, they ran off Magic Johnson and basically let LeBron and his people put it together. It's your fault.
Well, let me ask you this: would it have been better if she ran it, or would it have been in better hands if the brother ran it? Her brother.
Well, that's the problem. The brother kind of boxed the final years of Kobe. So
I want to say, hell, they've been.
Ever since Dr. Buss passed away.
Yeah.
That's when the slide started. Because that's the year they brought in Nash and Howard and Steve Nash hurt his back for like the first game.
Well, I mean, so when did it go bust when Jerry West left?
Well, when he left.
Well, that was
When he left.
That was Magic years.
No, he actually brought in Shaq and Kobe. Jerry West left and then went to the Grizzlies not too long after Shaq left.
Or like this.
Oh, you talking about it?
Or
Front office, yeah.
So was it?
I'm thinking coach.
No.
Speaking of which, you really should watch that show.
I was about to say,
I
was going to do a segue.
I was gonna ask you,
watch HBO Max show.
I've been wanting to check that out.
I think the first episode was pretty good.
It's good. I've been hearing it's pretty good.
It's hilarious and fairly accurate.
I've got the second week.
Because dude was playing Jerry
John C.
Buss.
Riley.
Oh, he's
That's
hilarious.
And the dude looks a little like Magic Johnson.
He do.
Yeah.
And he looked like Jerry West was a little apprehensive about getting him.
Yeah.
Really.
Because at the time it's presented as Jerry West is a basketball traditionalist
And they're kind of hot-headed.
and notorious for that. And a 6'9" point guard ain't traditional. His whole thing was he too tall to handle the ball. He's too much distance between the ball and the ground. He's too tall.
Like Buss knew.
Jerry West was like being tall is a problem.
Well,
It's basketball.
So
He's a star, Jerry.
Exciting, yeah.
He's a star.
He
Jerry
saw-
West
he saw
was like
what-
we can't take him.
He's all
Jerry West was against it.
Yeah, he was against
he knew how good he was. It's just like I don't know if I can get this dude keys to this franchise.
He didn't believe it.
Like I don't know if he can play second fiddle to Kareem.
And he did.
But then eventually Kareem played second fiddle to him.
Yeah, but
Kareem got older.
Kareem got older.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
But that was just his apprehension at first. We knew how good he was.
So, what I meant to say, asked, not Jerry West, did it
With Mitch
with
Kobe.
much Mitch? Because who was the okay? Palenko was when they won it 2 years
The bubble
ago.
guy, yeah.
The bubble.
Kobe's agent.
All right. When wasn't that Mitch when they last went back to back?
Yeah, that was
10
Coach.
11. When did he get out of
19?
there?
14.
And that's been Palenko ever since.
No.
Who took
Palinka
over?
didn't come in until after Kobe retired.
So who had it between Mitch and who had it?
That's when the brother was doing it. But that's when they had their own house cleaning.
Okay, so the brother was running it.
Yeah, that's when.
And that's when they had started having, because that's when him and Jeannie Buss start legally fighting over.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he didn't want to bring Phil in. Because that's her boyfriend.
Yeah, but no, you mean bring him back?
Yeah,
in.
that's what I'm getting.
I don't think Phil was going to come back.
Then he took the Knicks job and they realized, yeah, Phil's better on the sidelines. He's not good in front.
No.
He got lucky before Zingis.
Yeah. It's just that's just a different ball game.
Look, you know I love Joe Kim Noah. That was a bad sign. The Derrick Rose trade just wasn't on. It worked better the second time because the Knicks were better the second time.
Was the Knicks already a mess?
They're the Knicks.
Well, I'm just saying, were they already a mess?
When he came in?
Yeah.
That's my whole point of the Knicks.
Because who was running it before then?
Donnie Walsh made him good.
Okay, Donnie Walsh, but
Then it was
wasn't Isaiah in there for a minute?
Donnie Walsh was after Isaiah. Donnie Walsh cleaned that up.
Oh, he cleaned up Isaiah's hands.
Donnie Walsh was like, okay, we can clear out some space, we can get one of these free agents. Oh, Carmelo Anthony doesn't want to stay in Denver.
And they picked up.
And that's how that trade was a mistake because they traded up too much to get him, especially when they could have just signed him and gave him nothing.
Yeah.
3 months later.
I mean, Americans are excited people where you coming to. Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, that
Oh,
happens.
hell, he remembers.
that happens.
Yeah.
The second coming.
Yeah,
That
like
happens.
They Friday.
Yeah.
They got
So,
James.
I don't know. I mean, but like we was talking about earlier, I like the NCAA tournament over the NBA playoffs. It just depends on the match.
It's excitement, yeah.
It's because like it's
More, yeah.
well, it's the one and done thing. You know, you lose
Quicker.
you're done. You're out. Well, not so much as quicker as just.
It's more.
I mean, like
You gotta play.
if y'all had a series going, and he wins the first two
You
in
take
his
a break
place,
out of them.
you got a chance to get back in it. You get when you go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless you.
Thank
But when
Remember,
you
you picked the NBA champion last year, so you know.
but this NCAA tournament, anything happens.
The better team doesn't always win.
The better team doesn't always win. All it takes is or like
we talked about this before, like
whoever gets hot.
Yeah,
on the
NC
street.
State.
all the variables.
and NC State wouldn't beat Fox Exam 3 out of 5.
No.
Or Villanova wouldn't beat Georgetown 2 out of 3 times.
No, they just had a good
They had a
night.
good night,
They
bad
had a
night.
good night. Good night that night.
Maybe
Or when that undefeated team got that UNLV team, which I think
He still thinks they was fixed.
man.
Oh,
They lost to Duke.
And they drubbed the same team by 30 the year before.
I still say,
But they're saying, but okay, I had a full couple of teammates that were from Vegas. They said it was in some news and photos in the local Vegas paper. The UNLV basketball players in the hot tub with a fixer, with a well-known casino guy, some type of. I can't remember what they referred to him as, sitting in the hot tub. I'm like, and they said this ain't a good looking picture. They're just like back chilling, like, oh yeah, some of these guys might take a payoff because you
was it
can't
like
tell
Anderson
me.
George or whatever?
It was Hunt, LJ, Augman,
And
all of them
Anthony.
guys. It was all of them guys with this. Sometimes I guess
big fish in there.
a big fish in the hot tub.
A
whale or wherever
That
you want to
somebody
call
that
it.
was friendly with Coach Starks.
Or whoever who's not connected with basketball X
Officially.
and O's.
Officially.
You know, so
UCLA had one of them guys.
Some chicanery.
During the Wood
maybe
years, too.
because you can. But I still say, but hey,
To this day, it's been 30 years. He still say he had that fix.
I think that was fixed because you just the same team you beat him by 30.
And to this day, he hates Christian Lakers.
Oh man, not really. No. I just didn't care for Duke back then.
He still, I don't care for Duke now. So it makes sense. Yeah, and don't ever get him started on Danny Manning.
Who Danny
Yeah, don't ever get him started on Danny
Yeah,
Manning.
that was a little disappointing.
He's still mad about
I
that.
thought you should have won a national championship that year.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
I just been close to. Coach, who you having for the Final Four? Well, we have winning the whole thing. Your pick. What's your pick?
If you had to nail me down to it, I mean, my bet I would have said Kentucky before the tournament, but that's out. Maybe Gonzaga, maybe I don't know. I mean,
But I wouldn't be shocked if Gonzaga lost.
yeah. There's no dominant team out there. I wouldn't be shocked. If you said I'll say Gonzaga today, I might say Arizona tomorrow.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't really don't have
Kind
one.
of those two. Kind
Probably.
of. Okay.
I can say that.
I know you guys had probably. Moving on. I know you guys might have checked this out. Big Rob maybe. But it came across my timeline yesterday before I kind of went out and everything. You heard about this thing with hey, it's more Lil Boosie news. You heard this thing with Lil
We
Boosie
did
and
this
his son?
time.
So, Lil Boosie is infamous for, being very blunt and, saying and doing whatever he wants, especially when he has a camera in front of him.
Yes.
So lately there's this big old uproar, and not to uproar, where people kind of in their feelings about it, but you guys let me know how you feel. If you didn't know, Lil Boosie got kicked off Twitter, he got kicked off Facebook Live. He came back, and I guess he ended up doing I want to say it was like a pay-per-view kind of thing.
Oh.
But anyway,
I think I might have an idea what you're talking about.
the event Boosie had was kind of like a it's kind of like I don't even call it like a strip off or something like that, or it's something like that. Anyway, they're in the room. There's a crowd. There's an announcer. Basically, women are going in there twerking or whatever, and then it got pretty raunchy. Like they were getting naked and
they're
stuff.
prone to do when it comes to them.
You know what I'm saying? I guess they were showing everything. Lil Boosie was not being shy about getting there, getting all the way into the
into the
like a gynecologist with it. But not necessarily something people. I mean, like I said, I guess it's for adults to watch, whatever.
Yeah.
And anyway, nothing you'd be surprised Lil Boosie do. He's not shy about how sexuality and stuff like that.
Yeah, his proclivity.
Yeah. So, but the thing was, we got upset was he had his 18-year-old son there, and he was like, "Oh, you brought your son in?" He would bring his son like, "Hey, what's his son name? It's like
Boosie
little
got a boy that old?
Ronnie or something."
Yeah,
So it's not
Boosie got a lot
Boosie
of
Jr.,
kids,
but his oldest.
Boosie?
in the early 40s.
Yeah, he's older.
He's like 41.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Anyway, he brings his. He's like Tootie. He's like his brother, his son, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, he brings his son in. He brings his son all the way down to look at the girls. What's a piece
Private parts.
Yeah,
Which is incredibly PC.
the little man in the boat. What's it called that? Little man in the boat.
Oh.
He's like, look at that. So he said, like, he brought his son out there and do this, that. My thing was, first of all, let me ask you guys how y'all feel about that. Now, remember, his son is 18.
This is my first time hearing about it. Hell, I didn't even. Is Boosie even still? Does he even record any music anymore?
Yeah, I mean,
he does with this.
Like tours stuff.
Yes.
He's like the.
I always thought,
he's the king of chicken circuit kind of thing.
like I said, he's in him and Plies and King of the Ratchet Rap, so they all they'll always have club shows all over the South.
Oh,
People always want to see him.
So he's not. So he's not doing nothing in the studios. So he's not.
I don't know if he has a new album, but he still makes a lot from shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
like he pulled in probably like 30,000 shows.
Okay,
like
I could be wrong.
Pictures and shit.
The last time I seen Lil Boosie, I think he was in a sideline of a NBA game, and I think he had on a sorority sweatshirt.
Oh, when he had the cap
He had
and
the
stuff.
cap and stuff on.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
forgive me.
And
Okay,
they-
like a fraternity.
Yeah,
he
he
had
had
the cap and stuff. I'm like, does
and
he
they
know
ate
what
him
he's
up about
wearing? I mean, because
he got mad because he was doing like this. He was
He
trying
doing
to do the strut, the cap strut and everything
like,
like
dude,
that.
you ain't supposed to be wearing that.
He had no idea. He just thought it was fresh. Like, and he thought, it was just a dance. And like, a lot of the, frat brothers. And my dad's a Kappa too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got upset. Like, you gotta be in the brotherhood, be doing all that.
Are you to be even wearing that shirt?
Yeah, you can't represent unless you're in the frat.
Right.
But Lil Boosie was like, first like my bad, but ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. But I ain't gonna worry about. I know, Boosie probably don't know too much about cat.
No, he don't know nothing about that.
He
has different
He
feelings.
did a Boosie apology, but yeah.
I mean, what? And I ain't
Come
trying,
on, man.
I ain't trying to insult the dude, but if he knew, he wouldn't have worn that shirt.
Right.
Because one of my friends took a picture.
He thought it was fresh, I guess.
Yeah, he thought it was because of the Greek letters and how it sit up.
And the red shirt.
Yeah, one of my buddies took a picture in a Delta shirt.
He had no idea.
Had no idea. It was a clean shirt, but it had the Greek lettering and the elephant on there.
He thought the elephant was cool.
I mean, he just thought, I like, dude, you don't know it. Like, what? I like, dude, you shouldn't be wearing that shirt.
He has a sorority shirt.
Do you know that? I mean, but he had no clue.
Like,
He had no clue.
And
that's nothing against him. It's
Yeah.
just like Boosie didn't know.
Greek life is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I heard.
in
It is.
to go like Boosie has his thing. He's all about put it on the camera. I'll give you $1,000 right now. Whatever.
Right.
You doing that during COVID.
Right.
But for a guy who is at this point almost as famous for, how do I put this, being a little less than tolerant of people's sexual lifestyles, including including the way Dwayne Wade treats his child.
Mm-hmm.
It seems a little weird that he doesn't want Dwayne Wade's child exposed to sex because they might potentially be gay or trans.
Sure.
But he's shoving his own child's face into a woman's property.
But I mean,
I get the kid's 18. I understand that. I'm not saying like the kid's 12.
so
But it's just
my
like,
question is,
Ain't he too old to be doing this stuff? I mean, I'm just.
Of course he is.
He's just wild.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
a Louisiana
it's
thing.
wild.
Would you take that question? Would you take your child, who's say of age, to a strip club?
And you have a child that's of age.
Not trying to put you on the spot, but like, do you think that's totally like off base? Like there'll be like different situations. Like say like in my like you are.
I wouldn't.
Like it was like it would be probably something I would initiate, like maybe like you're supposed to get married, and like
Like
one
like
of the best friends like,
basketball.
hey y'all, we go to the bachelor party. Hey dad, you need to come on. You want to? And like,
If it's something like that, yeah, but I'm not
I
gonna
mean, it's probably gonna be as raunchy with you.
I'm not gonna say,
was doing
like,
with
hey,
his
son, let's go to night trips. No,
Right.
Shout out to I ain't gonna do no shout out to.
Hey, unless you try to sponsor, whatever.
No, but I'm just saying. Oh, there you go. Hey, there you go, right there. But no, I don't think I would feel comfortable in doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't trying to wild out like that though.
Right.
And as someone who knows his other age child, I don't know if he did.
Yeah. It's kind of just.
I know him since he was this little. To see him as a man is
Yeah,
all.
somebody who's like
He was doing
non-prudish person.
all of that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild from what
I don't know if you noticed, but back during the whole Dwayne, don't cut son's dick off with all that bullshit he was saying.
He wild, man.
He was wild on that. He also, around the same time, admitted that he paid a hooker to pop his son's cherry.
Basically, I also let him. He said I got all my sons fellatio
Yeah.
at a young age. He admitted it.
And he's proud of
Yeah,
that.
it's like a pride thing.
Wow.
He's like, I want to make
We
sure.
talk about
I want to make sure they not gay, but
that's like this type,
early on,
that's like a
sexual
super,
experience.
Yeah, we talk about that's like super toxic masculinity and shit.
Wow. Hey, if
Oh yeah.
Super hyper masculinity
if
for no
that,
reason and
hey,
shit.
listen, I ain't finna sit there and tell somebody how to raise their kids.
Right.
No, we're not doing
No,
that.
what I'm saying is, anything like that, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. But at the end of the day,
And even if you were comfortable doing it, you wouldn't do it publicly. You wouldn't say it publicly.
I wouldn't say it.
Let me ask you a question since we're touching on sexuality and then other preferences.
Yeah.
This happened to me. I want to say Friday too. I had somebody I know, family, extended family, post something. So it was from a trans group,
Okay.
and the little poster said, men can get pregnant too. So basically, it was basically a trans man, basically a woman who became a man.
Female man.
So they kind of made a pavement, and the person was pregnant.
Okay.
And then she posted it, and was like, and then put people commenting, and like people, people were chiming in and saying, what the hell's going on? What is this? This is terrible. And I was kind of like, and I posted it like, when they say trans men, basically, I try to, put it in layman's terms. Basically, it's like,
You're good at that.
this is a woman who decided to be a man and just still decided to have a child because she's still biologically able to do that. And people were like, people automatically get defensive, like,
What are you talking about?
are you trying to defend this?
Yeah,
Are you with this? Like,
trying to
I'm
justify.
trying to explain to you what it is. I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to justify
I'm not trying to say you to be like okay with this or need to be not okay with this. I'm just not what we're talking about. But
Wow.
you can tell when people say that it's coming from a hate.
Some people still
automatically,
they can't wrap their head around it because like
anything gay is like
because it's been a big thing. I don't know if you heard about I can't remember what school this swimmer is.
Yeah, I
The
saw.
transgender swimmer.
Oh yeah, this was a real touchy topic.
Just a day or two ago.
I saw a horrific meme about that just today.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
This guy, 48 ranked swimmer. This girl is number one swimmer. Come on, you ain't gotta do that shit.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, and I do feel a certain way about trans
Athlete.
women, trans men. Trans women, men became women in sports. I do think they have a event.
I guess. Hey, I don't know.
Not just,
yeah, okay. Yeah,
in some aspects, say like a trans woman wrestler. She's naturally gonna be probably bigger than most women.
yeah.
Or basketball players might be taller than most women. You have your Brittany Grinders, people like that, who are exceptional and different with height and power and stuff like that. But for the most part, men are statistically taller than women in that point.
In most
I'm not gonna go as far as say men are automatically more athletic, but I'm just saying.
Right. None of us can beat Serena Williams. So,
No.
Right.
None whatsoever. But yeah, that because that I look like that's been a touchy subject as well. Because supposedly she broke a couple of records.
So she's already an athlete naturally. She was.
Yeah, well, supposedly when she identified as a man, when she was a man, she swam, I think, competitively at Penn State, and now she's, I want to say at the University of Virginia. I'm not sure.
Fuzzy on some of the details.
Yeah,
it's kinda
but yeah, she's competing in
somebody's
the
already
swimming championships.
collegiate
Yeah,
level athlete, and they switch genders and go to a different school and compete as a woman in the same thing.
yes, and then
It's kind of almost kind of makes it something rare.
Yeah.
I can see how people be upset about it because it's not like
I don't.
like Joe Schmo just decides they want to and then just jump. Yeah.
When you
Already a
say
natural top talented person.
Yeah. When you say that, like a lot of people, they either don't fathom or they don't understand the intricacies of it.
It's probably
they just see that man put a dress around his women trying to race women and some shit like that.
Yeah, and
I mean
it's more deep than that because I can't sit up.
I mean, like none of us, I don't know anything about hormone replacements
or anything, but just not just the physical side, but the psychological, physiological, emotional side of it. Like
none of us are trans, so we'll never really ever know.
I just don't. I don't like.
I can only understand what they.
I want to be a woman today.
Right. Back to the main thing.
Yeah.
If it's just a trans man who wants to have kids, I think they within their right to do that. Anybody can have a family as long as they're able and Especially with my job, I see a lot of people who just have kids out whooping and have no business having children anymore after whatever happens.
Not supposed to have kids. Take care of it.
Yeah, my thing is, and I got to the point where people were like on the little feed, whatever, like kind of like coming at me, and I was like, you know what? I just said that because of that. I'm not gonna get it because this is my family member, and other people in the peanut gallery trying to say,
yeah. You gotta teach me how to do that.
I'm getting better. Usually I'd be like ready to tell everybody off, and then I'm like,
you gotta teach me
if y'all want to, but you know what?
You gotta teach me how to do that.
I gotta get better to fight the urge to like explain to people who are closed-minded. I gotta stop it. But
I kind of.
Or you just sometimes you.
I see something. I'm so irritated about how it.
But if you think about it, because I sometimes I see stuff and I see stuff posted, I'm like, well, why go back and forth with this? Because it's just going. Because
it's a waste of time.
It's a way to be a waste of time, and you're gonna say some things like, man, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or just like, you know what. Go ahead. You say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. Move on.
You must do that loud on my part.
Yeah. But, I feel like this. If you, and whoever you choose to be with or whoever you choose to associate yourself as, if you guys are in the same, it's really more about how society is problem, not really yours. As long as you're teaching that kid or child how to be a good citizen, caring person or whatever, everybody else is just other people's opinion, and that really will mess people up.
We'll put it like this. Well, the question.
Have you the other thing that's kind of a safe subject. The Proud Family, the cartoon on Disney.
Yeah. Trans character.
They no, not necessarily, but even in the first installation of the show, they had a gay character.
Okay.
A little gay boy.
Really.
Who was like, the thing was, he was gay, and his coach was the school coach. And he kind of got a little flack for being, effeminate. Anyway, the revamp, not really revamp, I guess they kind of fast forward a year or whatever. He didn't show it now. He's like basically kind of out, like everybody knows he's
Okay.
But the other thing they did is they got rid of Orlando Brown's character and then replaced him with a new family who moved in where he lived in. But the thing about them, they have two fathers.
Oh.
One is African American, one is Caucasian.
They did.
And then the kids are adopted.
Okay.
So they did an episode about that when everybody, found out that the two kids had two dads.
Okay, I can imagine
how. Okay, well that.
I thought it was well done because Oscar Proud, the father of the show, he had a problem with it first. And then the cool part is he had I guess he had like a food business or a snack business, whatever. He was trying to get a loan, and he found out the black dad, was actually the loan officer at the bank. Okay. He had a problem because the husband came to give the other dad lunch, and the kids, he had a weird look on his face, and then they made up at the end. But
yeah, that when I still see that, because I see that, I'm like, okay.
But people get upset they see that on TV, like, oh, they're trying to make the kids gay, they showing this stuff on TV, on cartoons.
But it's just
boosted it.
Yeah, he did say
it's a reflection of life. Because I think some people, when they turn to television, they want to. In a way, is television a reflection of life? Yes. Yeah. But then in another aspect, television should be trying to get away from escape from real life. Yeah. And when you see the two dads, especially black dad and white dad, you know, oh my God, I wasn't expecting to see that here, especially on this. But
I don't
you
know,
know,
kids see this and not gonna
Well,
understand.
like, but yeah, you put Mountain Dew in a sippy cup and fucking smoke cigarettes in front of them all day. So I mean, how?
Cuss and then
Yeah, like don't
Yeah.
let watch the Disney
So-
Channel raising your kid anyway.
exactly. But what I
Take
was,
from me a kid who grew up with no dads, so two
Yeah.
dads fine with me. Whatever.
what I was going to ask is that if whoever saw it, did Boosie's son look uncomfortable? I mean, did he look like
That's actually a good point. I didn't think of that.
did he like? Oh
When
my
I saw
God,
him,
what
he
is-
said he
or
was
was he getting in where he fit in?
I mean, he wasn't. He didn't.
Not that
he didn't look at.
justifies it, but yeah.
Even for me, I didn't see the whole thing, of course. Before I said he didn't see
Oh,
ass.
no.
in his-
I didn't see the whole thing, of course.
But as I, from what I saw, he didn't see as enthused as his dad.
His
But, you know,
dad.
he wasn't like, oh no, I don't want to see that. He was like, he's having a good time too.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like shit. There's a camera. There's a camera. There's a camera.
He was
there's a camera.
feeling awkward though.
Yeah.
He was feeling awkward because of the cameras. But
maybe.
or if the cameras weren't there with him, like shh, bitches, take your clothes off. Look, I'm finna slide this.
Right. I don't know if he's like trying to get rap at you or whatever. But he didn't look like he lives with his dad, so you know that's his
So
dad.
it's probably
Okay,
probably
so-
been more exposed to.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was like.
Probably at 8.
He was like,
you
hey, come here, look at this. He was like, hey, come look at this girl. Tootie. I think it's Tootie.
Like, ain't like he was like reading the book.
Check
and
that out,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
It looked like they were having a decent time.
Right.
Well,
But people have markets, who kind of dad brings his son to, that kind of thing, or lets him
you
just
mad because your dad didn't do you.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to think about it.
I know my dad.
So,
But, of course,
Who knows?
Everybody has their opinion.
but it was a pay-per-view, so Boosie got paid off of this. Huh?
I think you get to get
Wow, so he made the money grab.
He made a little bag.
He made a little bag off.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know he made him a bag. Because motherfuckers gonna pay to see that. Yeah.
Sure, he's gonna fuck it off somehow. But
I think he's pretty good at
he's pretty good about his money. I saw an interview that informed his lad about how he's about ownership and shit.
Yeah, he's smart about it.
He good. He should be. Should he say if he's 40?
Yeah.
In his early 40s, he should be.
Yeah, I think he spent most of his 30s in jail. So
Oh shit, that changed his whole perspective.
He's in there like, what, 8 years?
yeah.
For real?
Remember that
We
we
got
talk about it all the
arrested
time.
for it, yeah.
That soda can story.
He was locked up that long?
Yeah.
For what?
He
Really?
killed a nigga.
Well,
Oh.
he already had prior stuff, but then he got
Yeah.
in trouble here for they said it was a probation violation. They tried to put him in there for life.
They
And
tried-
then
they
he
got-
fought it, and then he got out about like 7, 8 years.
He went in like what, 2009, 2010?
Yeah, something like that.
He didn't get out to like 13, 14.
It was a big deal when he got free Boosie,
Free boozy and all that, yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
He was actually in jail with C. Murder.
Yeah,
But C. Murder's still in there.
Yeah,
See, we're still
they
in
still
there.
fighting his thing too.
Shit, but hell, how long they been fighting C. Murder? Shit.
So he went in like 2000.
2001?
No, I wasn't that early.
Was it early, later than that?
He had
Like
like
04,
2005.
04, 05.
Yeah, because I remember 2003 he was still with Monica or something.
Yeah.
And shit, and this is 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for almost 15 years.
Shit, more than that.
Close to 20 now.
Yeah,
Closer to 20, damn.
15, yeah.
Yeah, C. Murder probably ain't getting down. Shit.
I don't know, it's starting to look kind of promising.
I hope so, then.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, I feel.
I mean, wow.
All right, y'all, let's move on to Nerd Homes Unite. Everybody, if you don't know, this is a section of the show. We like to talk about all things nerd culture, which that means basically black nerd culture, but we also like to touch on other things, like, pro wrestling, me and Big Rob really into. And I think Coach Mitch was kind of fan back in the day, too.
Yeah. I mean, I tune into it from time to time.
Yeah.
It just depends on how. If it gets too absurd, I'm like, I'm changing the channel.
So you don't watch WWE too often.
Well, it just depends. Like I said, if it gets too absurd, I'll change it. I peek at AEW, just because now some WWE stars are starting
Yeah, they got
make their way
at
there.
this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly
Actually,
that kind of
brought
stuff.
that up. You're one of the first people I ever heard that actually views that as a positive.
What?
Like former WWE stars being in AEW.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But she's not as tribal about it. Like we talk about that all the time. There's a WWE tribe and then there's an AEW tribe and then they sniping each other.
I think they're trying to get it like that because WWE is the main voice in professional wrestling.
Yeah, they went on the challenge for 20 years.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if you can get,
You got some more little upstart companies.
yeah, I mean, if AEW can continue its upward trajectory, I mean, I don't, because whereas is what's his name? The monster among men.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up.
Is he still
He's actually trying to
Control your narrative wrestling.
Yeah, they're
The
trying to
one
know
thing AEW and WWE fans can agree on is shitting on that dumb shit.
Is he still under the 90-day?
You don't like that?
Because it's like him and EC3 and that piece of shit Austin Aries and
I mean,
where's EC3 at?
he's one of the heads of that control your narrative thing.
So they try to make their own kind of.
They try to make their own thing. It's like,
we call it federation or their own.
Are they trying to form their own
promotion? Yeah.
Promotion would be a better word.
Really?
But it's like they on some. It's kind of like they all on some alt-right shit.
Is that what it
that's
is?
What it is. That's the give.
So I thought the control your narrative is like we.
But the narrative of what people want you to think.
What you talking about? Control the narrative. I mean,
that's what they call
it. Are you sure? Or is that just what people think?
Have you like read their little Bible or whatever shit they got?
I haven't. So
fine, I'll fill you in. Like let's see. Matches don't stop until you give up or you're knocked out, which would be cool. But
cool.
It's cool, but it's a work business, so there's
yeah.
No dives, no super kicks, no. Basically, and you'll get this. If you're Bill Watts, WCW, no top rope stuff.
Why?
I don't get that. It's just dumb.
And in all series of high flying.
Yeah, exactly. He's also a piece of shit, but that's
he kind of hurt them.
So what are they trying to do?
They're
trying to be different.
Yeah.
But since AEW and WWE try to be more PC as possible, they want to be as anti-PC as possible, but not like in the ECW way. Because ECW in an alt-right kind of way. Because ECW existed in the '90s when being non-PC and being counterculture was mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to be, you're not vaccinated, you can still come to our shows, you can say this, you can do this, blah 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 blah.
I mean,
it's like
they're trying to be anti-establishment,
but anti-establishment in the Joe Biden ain't really president kind of way.
Oh, okay, so they made it political.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know about this.
So who is it? You said EC3.
EC3.
Who else?
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Adam Scherr is the real name.
So I thought Strowman is he off his 90-day non-compete?
Oh, he been off a while.
That's almost a year at this point.
Why come he didn't pop up in AEW?
Yeah, he didn't want to.
They probably won't. Well, people don't remember this, but during COVID where everybody got cut, he made some, you just get back out there and start working again, blah, blah, blah. And like all the indie wrestlers were just like, you stupid piece of shit, what do you think we trying to do? Like, not all of us were signed off the street by Triple H.
And that's what he was signed off the street?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a tone-deaf thing to say.
Like an oral classic and Triple H song.
Yeah.
What was he doing before he got in?
Strongman, power.
Bending bars and all that type of shit.
Not that he didn't have he wasn't in that talent or whatever. But that's that was his.
Why'd they cut him? Because he don't have.
I think it was a money thing.
It was money.
He was high paid.
He was a higher paid.
And they kind of figured that they could do without him.
That's when around the time they were revamping NXT. And
that kind of flat too.
Hunter ain't really in control of this anymore. We don't have to keep signing all these indie guys.
So
we can just start bringing in guys that we can train.
Oh, so who? Okay, so Hunter's not in control of.
He had like a heart attack because he had to take off.
Oh, okay.
He got sick.
Okay.
So he's not in control of NXT anymore.
Okay.
And so
he had to change that.
And he stepped down from his talent relations job.
Which he was kind of his
is that the way? Is that why it's gone the way it's looking now?
Yeah.
The bright colors.
Yeah, and all that shit.
Yeah, because you might know from a different man. You know his name. Bruce Pritchard runs it now.
Who the fuck is Bruce Pritchard?
You know him, the brother Love.
I love you.
Exactly. And quiet as kept, Bruce Pritchard has actually been.
He's been the behind the scenes.
He's been behind the scenes for good.
Like creative
is
guy.
He good?
Well,
and some people like him, some people don't.
Some people.
In some way, he's really old school, and sometimes he tries to. He doesn't have a young mind, so he tries to do something, say newer. It kind of comes out stale.
Yeah.
Because he's like 5-10 years behind or something that seems new to him.
Like
that makes sense.
It put it to you this way: is
he awful? I mean, depending on who you talk to, but you got okay, if you ask like Dean Ambrose, what do you think about Bruce Pritchard?
Moxley might not have.
He might have some bad thing. Well, yeah, John Moxley. He might have some bad words to say about it.
Because is Moxley's not in WWE because of
No, that ain't got nothing to do with Bruce Prichard.
No.
The Bruce Prichard mindset.
Right.
Which is really just whatever Vince wants, just tell him yes.
He's a yes man.
Oh, okay.
And he's like a mix between Jim Cornette's philosophy and little Vince Russo's philosophy,
And then
with the Vince McMahon filter on.
with
We'll put like
a
this.
public kind of thing too.
Yeah, kind of a public, yeah.
You're not gonna
Okay.
say that.
For mine, okay. Vince Russo was an idiot. Let's just be real.
Somebody in Louisville will agree with you.
Because think about it. Because Vince Russo, when he took over the story writing in WCW,
that's the reason WCW ain't there no
that's
more.
when they went. Because supposedly,
No.
because when Vince Russo was writing for WWE, when it was WWF, fuck that WWE shit. When it was WWF, when he ran it through Vince was like,
Vince
that's
was offensive.
stupid. No.
He's
Let's just no.
He's 100. He give you 100 ideas. All them 99 ideas are bullshit. I'll keep this one good one.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what Vince Russo now.
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan supposedly was a solid storyline, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Listen,
Vince, I heard that, but the story.
Listen, that's Chris Benoit. But that's a whole.
But I mean, but then
that's why I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, but when Benoit had that episode, and
That was years later.
but I'm just saying, but supposedly that had to be underneath the surface with Benoit.
But that was probably some deeper issues. Plus Eddie
That's like family stuff.
Yeah, but okay, but I know that went off on a tangent, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, Bruce
So Brother Love is
running things.
His head writer.
His head writer.
Yeah. And you can see his influence on shit.
And shit, Brother Love's character back when he was. I didn't get it. I didn't get his character. I mean, because he had the white suit. No, it was a white suit, red shirt, white tie, and his face was red.
It was a parody of like a televangelist.
Yeah.
I know that, but that was stupid.
The white hair.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
It was stupid.
To incite heat, though. Yeah.
I mean,
which is funny. Him and Jim Cornette wore similar suits.
They do.
And they've been friends.
And honestly, shit, I think
Brother Love was the Undertaker's brother.
First, he was Undertaker's first manager. Yeah.
That was weird.
Then they brought in Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Televangelist with the dead guy.
It was televangelist. Then they brought in the mortician.
Hell, honestly, shit, I thought.
Paul Bearer.
No,
Jim Cornette?
No, not Jim Cornette. He's in AEW, the announcer for Dave. What is his name?
Tony Swann?
Huh?
Tony Swann?
No, hell, I took a picture with
JR.
him. I thought
Jim Ross.
Yeah, Jim Ross. I thought Jim Ross was
Brother Love.
no. Hell no. Wasn't Jim Ross a part of the storyline?
Yeah,
he was the talent.
He was head of talent.
Yeah, and when he was because
everybody you love, he hired.
Yeah, basically.
Shit, because
he hired Steve Austin.
He was the voice of Mr. Man.
I know, but I remember
he was brave enough to tell me.
And like I said, I'm old enough to remember when Jim Ross was doing that same thing in Mid-South.
Yeah,
he was Bill Watson's gopher.
Yeah, but shit, but wasn't he responsible for getting JYD, Ted DiBiase, King Kong Bundy, Dr. Death, all them guys? Because if you think about it,
R.I.P. all of them.
If you think about it, all them guys that were mainstay guys, that were mainstay guys on Mid-South.
Who? Jack Swagger.
He did hire Jack Swagger.
That was Mid-South. They ended up on WWE roster.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
that bottom all territory.
Yeah, exactly. So
then why try to go national? UWF.
Well, see, because then you had WWF, AWA, NW. Them were the three main.
JCP was the main.
I mean, them were the three main promotions.
Because JCP had Flair, so
yeah. Because Flair bounced around. You saw him on you saw Flair on Mid-South. You saw him on WC World Class.
Because he was the NWA champion.
Yeah.
He traveled and shit.
Yeah, he traveled. He traveled amongst that territory.
Yeah.
Now, we never saw AWA a lot because that was Northwest. Oklahoma was considered Midwest part of South, but we rarely got AWA programs. Yeah. Now we always got WWF.
They bought a participation, right?
I mean, because you got WWF because we had the Superstars of Wrestling,
Primetime Wrestling,
and then
Why do I know?
Well, now that was later on, but talking about when I was a kid, and because Mid South we got that every Saturday, and we got all them guys, like I said, and I saw that NWA belt around Ric Flair. I'm like, man, who's ever gonna take that belt? Nobody took the belt off.
10 pounds of
the 10 pounds of gold.
Exactly, and then he would go in world class championship.
He'd go everywhere.
He'd go everywhere.
And they fight the NWA champ.
Exactly.
And then eventually he loses Dusty around.
Exactly. And then, like I said, then Vince started buying up all the territories, and then WWF became the main thing.
No territories.
And then Crockett sold 10 Turner.
So so like I said, WWF is the main voice, and then you had WCW till Vince Russo ran that.
Some of us actually missed WCW a lot.
Well, you had that period. You had the parody, and then
you had an option.
Now with hopefully AEW can get that.
Yeah, they're working on trying to beat the.
I tell people, like, before there was a Monday night show, there were actually times WCW was actually better than
it was. Yeah. So I mean, can AEW get to that? I mean,
for people like you, like we all love wrestling. You're not territorial at all. So
like I said, I'm not as
you're not like a WWF
like I was back in the day. I mean, when it was
what's good is good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because I remember from the Saturday night main events, we stay up on Saturday night so I can watch Hulk Hogan, do his
ribs crushed by the King Kong Money or whatever.
Yeah. So
like him and Savage break up, make a power explode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but AEW, I enjoy it. I think you do.
I watched it
last
night. Friday night Dynamite.
No,
Friday night Rampage.
Rampage. I was telling you this one day, like, yeah, they got Punk and Adam Cole. Oh, Vince might have lost me. If Drew McIntyre just shows up there, like, yeah, sorry, man. Might have to jump ship.
Yeah. Every time you move in the truck, I'm thinking you farting.
Yeah, we just gonna put that in.
I'm like, wow. What is this? I know you used to do that on there. It is what it is.
But the main point to talk about is, every March, every March 16th, we always celebrate Steve Austin because how could you not?
Right.
But
360.
Exactly. But earlier this week, we had kind of a sad story when we had passing Scott Hall.
Yeah.
And for us,
AKA Ray Ramon.
For us, I grew up a really big Ray Ramon fan.
AKA Diamond Stud.
Now, see, I don't remember the Diamond Stud, so my first memories of him are as Ray Ramon. And then, that, like I said before, that night in '96 where Ray Ramon climbed over the rails, and why is Ray Ramon on Nitro right now?
Started Monday Night War.
And that's when the Monday Night Wars really got started.
Yeah. I didn't know he debuted in 1984.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you know him and Kirk Henry were AWA Tag Team Champions?
They were what?
Him and Kirk Henry were the AWA Tag Team Champions.
See, because
you didn't get to AWA.
They didn't get to AWA here because I was a big Road Warriors fan.
Yeah.
And the only time I got to see the Road Warriors was when they do cross promotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Road Warriors is AWA.
Right, they're from Chicago.
Yeah. And then they would come over to the NWA.
They fight the Midnight
Express.
Yeah.
They fight their champions.
And then jump on that, falls on the scaffold and blows his knee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was something different when I seen Scott Hall die. Because I remember, hey, yo.
Did y'all hear what happened?
He had 3 heart attacks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He had a blood clot because he had hip surgery.
He broke his hip.
He fell and broke his hip.
Yeah.
But did you know he was at home for like
hours,
days,
and nobody knows.
Nobody know. Like, I guess I don't know if he had an apartment or he had a house, but they said he relapsed a little bit.
Yeah, he had some home.
Drinking and stuff. Yeah.
But it's not to like. Also, to that point, we gotta give a shout out to DDP.
Yeah, DDP, man, he's like
because DDP kept Scott Hall alive about 10 years.
The wellness person,
all the wellness program he was doing.
He's helping all these.
Buff Bagwell's part of that now.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, boy.
He's doing more than enough rehab center.
Yeah. And like to Scott Hall's point, like people don't say this, like he's a member of the clique or whatever. He hung out with Triple H and Shawn and Kevin Nash, whatever. People don't realize that he low key was a genius.
Yeah,
the whole idea of like the imagery of the NWO was
his idea.
And like Sting being the Crow was his idea.
Really?
Like, because they wanted Sting's their guy. That he's their main guy.
Yeah.
They needed somebody to eventually challenge Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And take the title back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's Sting. Sting had been a Stinger, Surfer Sting. He'd been there for years. But it's 1996.
Redo
kind of got a revamp shit. It's like, so have you ever seen The Crow? And it's like, as you know, well, why don't you just wear a face paint like this for a little while?
Yeah,
And that's what started
and
it.
that became a thing because
Yeah.
I remember the Stinger game. Like I said, I remember his debut match was don't give me
Maybe in
year.
Sting or
He was no, he
in the
was
business.
no, he was
Him and the Ultimate Warrior.
him and Ultimate Warrior were tagged. He was known as before he was the Ultimate. He was the Dingo Warrior.
Yeah, Dingo.
Because he was.
I'll give Vince credit for changing
What's
it.
that
they
thing
were-
called?
They were under the
Power
tutelage
Team
of
USA or something like that.
they came
The Blade Runners.
Blade Runners.
okay because they came in when it was UWF.
Right.
And UWF came on after the news on Channel 9 on Saturday nights, like 10:30 to midnight. And that was when it transitioned
Show
from...
TV in your room yet, or you have to sit and watch it?
No, I was in my room. I was like a teenager.
Okay.
I was like 12, 13.
Okay.
So I know that's when it transitioned from Mid-South to the UWF because the first...
Watch ball world.
Yeah, because the first major champion of UWF
Was it Dr. Dick?
No, was Terry Gordy.
R.I.P. Terry Gordy, by the way.
Bam Bam Terry
Terry
Gordy.
Gordy, yeah.
And he was, and then, cause what's his name? He there was their manager. He's no longer living.
Grand Wizard?
No, was it Eddie Money?
Eddie Gilbert.
Eddie Gilbert.
Eddie Gilbert.
High stuff. Eddie Gilbert
High
was
Stuff.
their manager. And they bought these two buff white guys. One of them had a rat tail, and it was Sting and it was the Ultimate Warrior. I'm like, damn, who was these two?
Bodybuilders.
And they were bodybuilders, and they destroyed whoever they.
One of them bodybuilders had talent.
And they destroyed it. Next thing you know, that was Sting.
Yeah.
That was Sting.
Crockett saw him, and
Mhm.
and Ric Flair was like, I can do something with him.
Mm-hmm. That was Sting, and then he was a Stinger, had the woo, all of that. Then, like you said, in '96 they transitioned, became the Crow.
Yeah, it's like Scott Hall did a lot of like other crazy stuff. Like this is a story I heard recently. After WCW closed, he was like in Japan doing stuff, and he wanted to work with one of the young lions.
Oh yeah.
That was like they had to carry his bags, being his translator and shit. And he's like I'll put him over, and they put him over, and like he said, who was that dude's name? It was Hiroshi Tanahashi, and he's basically the John Cena of Japan.
He's the champion now.
Oh, okay.
He's the champion again now. Yeah,
Okay.
He's been the biggest star in Japan for like 20 years.
Oh,
And Scott Hall like I'll put him over clean.
Yeah.
And like for being associated with a group of people that don't put nobody over,
Yeah.
he put a lot of people
I
over.
never heard any bad story about it. Besides him being,
the only thing bad thing
being
is
wasted.
the substance abuse.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
His characters. I never heard any bad stories.
Like, only
Everybody
bad,
said, Scott. I never heard anybody say Scott Hall fucked me up.
only bad stuff you ever heard about was because of his beat.
Yeah.
His substance abuse.
Yeah,
I just said it's
the thing
substance
where
abuse.
the thing where he pissed on Benoit Shield. That's about the worst thing he ever did.
And that's more of a,
That wasn't even a rib
So
because he was drunk.
So he had a good wrestling mind. You also they said who also had a
Jake the
good
Snake.
wrestler, Jake the Snake.
Yep.
Very brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he
Psychology.
still alive?
He's still
Yeah.
alive.
Okay.
Somehow he's still
DDP helped him
DDP
out?
again.
Yeah. Because I saw.
Oh. Have you ever seen the special with Jake the Snake? Was it Reinventing Jake the Snake?
Rebirth of Jake Snake.
Rebirth of Jake the
Oh.
Snake. Scott Hall's in that too.
He's got all. They were living in the
They all
house
live in
together.
DDP the sober house.
Okay.
What do they call it? What do they call it when they? I need to make sure that you're good. So it's almost like a AA term.
Yeah, advocate or
No, not advocate. Like
accountability house.
accountability house. Yeah.
Okay.
They had one of those, and Jake and Scott Hall were both getting their life together.
But actually, people say that like Kevin Nash mentioned it. Like a lot of Scott Hall's demons started before he became a wrestler.
Oh.
Because the thing that like haunted him really to the rest of his life is before like one time in Florida, he got into a fight with a guy, and a gun came out and Scott killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was like busting out Scott's window, so he got in a fight. Dude was reaching for his gun, and they fought for it. Scott got control and he shot him in the head.
Ooh.
And he's like 22, 23 at the time.
Yeah.
And he never learned how to process it.
Yeah.
And he's like that. He's like, so he probably had PTSD from that for years.
Yeah. Wow.
Try to forget.
Because like, remember they did the ESPN 60 special on? Like, it's like 10, 11 years ago, they did a Scott Hall episode.
Okay.
And like, he went back to the work.
30 for 30.
It wasn't even 30-30. It was like it was just like a whole like follow the ring.
Okay.
And he went back to the place where it happened. He still remembered the clothes he had on, what the clothes the dude had on, where his car was parked, where they got in the fight, where his body was laid
That
up.
was very
And
traumatic.
it burned into his head. Like I remember the gunpowder smell. Like I remember seeing him die, and like that's where it started.
Yeah.
gotta forget, especially when he had that bad, spell of time. You forget all the moments how important he was in the '90s for wrestling.
Yeah, how big it was. Yeah, like, think
how big Razor Ramon was, and then like the ladder match with Shawn Michaels,
the
character,
Razor Ramon was Razor Ramon.
how old he was,
and, how good he was.
And he had to be one of the least selfish wrestlers there was, because he could have been a world champion,
multiple time world champion. He didn't watch
everywhere he was. He didn't really care about that.
I was thinking about this even before he died. Like, so Diesel was champion for a year.
Yeah,
he was.
In that point in time, how couldn't Razor Ramon be champion?
He could work.
He could work. I mean, like,
he looked like $1 million.
Yeah, I would have loved to. No disrespect to Kevin Nash, a little bit, but I could have loved to have seen a Razor and Shawn feud, or Razor versus Brett, or
Razor and Shawn did that feud.
I know Razor and Shawn did have a feud, but was one of them the champion.
Oh yeah,
the guy. Yeah. Because think about it, on his way out, he put over some guy named Hunter Hearst.
Yeah. He put over a guy called Sean Waltman too.
Yeah, that's what he put him on. Yeah.
Made the 1-2 kid over.
Yeah. Even in WCW, he did it where it was he was booked to win, and he was like, I'll put the kid over. Yeah. And the kid is Chris Jericho. Right, so it was just like, it don't matter. He wasn't selfish.
He was selfless, yeah.
Because he knew he was going to get paid, and
it's better for the product.
Better for the product, and shout out to that. And shout out to that Favored Nations deal he had.
Yeah.
What I always do is get that.
R.I.P. Scott Hall.
Yeah, R.I.P. the bad guy.
Yeah, one of the greatest they ever do.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can close off of that.
And you did see the Batman, right?
Yes, I seen the Batman. Very good. I enjoyed it. 3 hours, but it was good.
Yeah, that's the only break we had, like 3 hours.
Yeah, I didn't mind that at all.
I didn't mind, but we had something else to do, so I was like, oh man, come on. Because we already know we're at the very last 15 minutes. Like, we know what's going to happen. We get out of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Wrap it up.
I enjoyed
Wrap
it.
no box.
Yeah. And the old guy, I hope we don't miss him. I didn't even catch the end credit stuff. I guess just for y'all told me where it went. So.
No, it wasn't. There was no post credit.
It's a clue, but it's on the website. It's like a campaign video.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it supposed to be?
It's kind of a hint.
Ciphers, right?
You decipher it as like it's like some other footage from the movie. Thomas Wayne's mayor campaign video.
Okay.
And that way you see like him as a kid, Bruce Wayne as a kid, shit like that.
Okay. All right, before we get up out of here, Big Rock got anything to say, man? It's almost in the month, so you guys haven't donated to the fundraiser. You got it till the end of the 31st.
Till the 31st. So thank you to everybody who has donated, of course.
Thank you. You want to donate again? We already said that.
Yeah, you already said that once. Okay. Go Tar Heels, of course.
Go Tar Heels.
I did want to ask you what your thoughts on NFL free agency was.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Kind of and sort of not.
Yeah.
We got one and lost one. So
yeah, so how does that... Yeah, speaking you a Green Bay fan, so how do you feel about that?
I'm glad
you bring Rodgers back, but you trade Devontae Adams.
It's the number one option.
Well, I think Adams was like, I'm not going to get it, so I want to go. Put me in the trade. Because we can't afford it anymore. Because we're giving,
you don't want to be franchised.
We're giving Aaron this much money now, so.
Well, the thing was to give Aaron that up front.
Yeah, take
was to, no, they do it like that. The way they do it, they stretch the money out. They can work it out where they can give him money. Mm-hmm. Now, he just reset the market. So, because what did he get? About
230, right?
No, I'm talking about Devontae had to get no 200.
Oh, no, I'm talking
about
Rod. No, I'm talking about Devontae. What did he get from Oakland? I mean, from the Raiders.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, because because Las Vegas gave up what, a 1 and a 2, or a couple of 1s and a 2 to get him. I mean, because I know they re-signed him but the thing is, you re-sign Aaron, you give him his upfront money, what you gonna pay him in 2022.
120, 130.
Well, hell no, they ain't putting that much in guarantee.
No, he guaranteed.
Well, I mean, okay, but you give it to him up front, but you stretch it out so you can possibly, because you got to break him off.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about? I mean, that's the number one guy. Who's he gonna throw the ball to?
Gotta find a new target.
Well, yeah, you don't have to.
So just next man up.
Next man up.
Who's been the next man in Green Bay? It ain't really been no next man. It's been him. Now they gave old boy a new contract. The other one was the number 13, Lazard. I think they gave him a new one, but he ain't Devontae Adams. So do you go? I guess you go draft one.
Yeah,
I guess you gonna they have to find one in the draft, and then, damn, I didn't think, but
We'll have to see.
And then you saw.
Cause I don't want to see Green Bay Packers team without Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Well, you're gonna get it at least for this year. You're gonna get it for at least this year, and then they might do something to draft, and they can still trade Love, and then now you saw that the Browns picked up Watson.
So what happens to my man Baker?
Oh, Baker's gone.
Well, I know that. Where's he gonna go?
Just depends what they can, because Deshaun's getting $230 from the Browns.
Yeah.
So
You think Baker Mayfield were right to be upset about that? 'Cause I would, like,
to a certain, because people want to say,
what were you before I got here?
well, the thing was you draft.
You literally were winless.
What it was, it was. But the thing is, and this is people not touching on this. Cleveland has been topsy-turvy since they came back.
Oh, I know that. They've had how many quarterbacks?
And how many head coaches?
Exactly. It's been
And he's had, what, in...
3 coaches in 4 years, whatever.
We'll have to see.
So, he's had a lot of turnover.
Yeah,
And then he did play this past year.
Hurt.
Did he choose to do that?
Well, of course he did.
What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, he did that for the team. He wasn't trying to show that he was a warrior. He's a warrior. He's gonna go out there and do what he's gonna do. But I think he wasn't thinking of himself. He was thinking of the team.
Right.
We
almost made the AFC championship.
Yeah, and so he was fighting through that, and then okay, I laid it on the line, and now y'all gonna go talk. Of course, everybody on the outside world, is Deshaun Watson a better talent than what he is? Yeah, but shit. Baker Mayfield, they thought highly enough to make him the first pick.
He justified it though.
And he's been, at times, he can play some winning football. So
he's better than Sam Darnold.
Well,
that's inside joke.
Well, we'll have to see. And a lot of time before kickoff.
Yeah.
Well,
the new league year started Thursday. So now you got all these deals in place because now you're setting for the next big event, which is the draft.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You'll see some movement.
Coach, anything you want to say from beside that?
No, I was glad to come back on here.
Glad to get you back on the show.
Yeah.
It's your first time here on the third season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's first. No, wait, he's an episode earlier this season.
Was he?
Episode 3. It was around the time that I told the world he was going to be the next OED.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was like one of her.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
He really is the coach. That Brent Brittle shit. That's just to satisfy like that.
That'd be nice, but
right.
Like, if you look on the sideline closely, it's just like one guy.
There you go.
That's really him calling play.
It would be nice. That would be nice. I'd like to get paid what they get paid.
Right.
It is what it is.
So,
but I appreciate you guys having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure having you in the Pleasure Palace, man. Any shout out to the family?
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the head and chief. To the head and chief.
There you go.
Kimberly Streeter and the 2 boys, Jalen and Justin, your nephews. So and like I said, I won't tell nobody about you and your PPE loans, I won't say nothing else,
Right, keep that on the hush.
Yeah, we keep that on the hush. Even though I didn't get none of it, so if you know where to find him, he stays right off of Midwest.
You need to find him.
Yeah, you need to find him.
Right. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know what it is, man. Thank y'all so much for catching up on the episode, man. Season 3, episode 11, man. We'll just call this one, man, sports talk.
Okay.
Man, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all, watch the episode, share the episode. Be good to yourself. Be a better self than you were yesterday, today. But it's Saturday, Big Rob. You know what they got to do.
So you got to avoid the bookings, beloved.
By all means, y'all be careful. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all next time. Visit this podcast. Put your palace on the move. But either you're going to be good or you're going to be good at it. So we out here. Y'all be good.
Peace.